So today, the Senate voted 49 to 45. Susan Collins was the one Republican to side with Democrats. They voted 49 to 45 to roll back all of Biden-era policies regarding drilling and leasing in ANWR. And this is their next step in opening up the, I believe, 1.56 million acres of federal leases to oil companies to drill along the coastal plain being ANWR, by the coast. So I would expect first lease sales to occur, sometime in the near future. It could be as far away as a year, but it's coming. It's coming. We'll have to see when they schedule them. As far as anyone actually taking a risk and leasing any of the acreage in ANWR, the last two sales went terribly. And I don't know that this time is going to be any bit different. But even if someone leases that acreage, it does not equate to drilling. To develop a project in ANWR, it would take billions and billions of dollars, easily more than $10 billion, just to get started. You have to build out the entire infrastructure, and the break-even prices for oil out of that region vary widely. I think the lowest price I've seen any analyst or expert predict was around 90. I've seen them as high as $130, $140 a barrel for break-even prices. The difficulty in determining break-even prices for oil in ANWR is that we don't know what the wells will produce. And that is significant because it's not just the price per barrel and the cost to produce each barrel in the equation. It's how many barrels are there. And so if the wells are very prolific and produce an enormous amount of oil, that would actually bring the break-even costs down. And when you're looking at someone saying potentially $90 break-even, what they're saying is that they believe the wells will produce an enormous amount of oil. If you see someone saying 140, it's because they're not as bullish on the amount of oil the wells will produce. And another thing oil companies look at, just like a lot of other industry in the United States looks at, is the dysfunction within our government. And it's like, yeah, the leases are open today. What's going to happen in 2 years? If a Democrat comes into office, if the tide changes a little bit, all of it's going to go away. Why would we waste our time? Why are we wasting our time dealing with this when we have to deal with the politics of it? Another thing is the branding concerns, and people don't quite realize this, but oil companies spend a lot of money on their brands. And that is because they typically have very bad reputations. So they actually work and spend a lot of money towards their brand and trying to polish their brand and make it look better. That's why they participate in renewable energy and all of the things they do for communities. It's all about the brand. So you're not likely to see one of the huge major oil companies jump out and invest that much money into ANWR. I've had people tell me that they thought ConocoPhillips might do something there, but they're already, way in the hole with the Willow project. They're investing tens of billions of dollars into that. I don't see them taking another bite that big in that area. I would suspect maybe some smaller companies might grab up some leases because it's going to be super cheap. It's probably going to be like $20 an acre. So I would suspect to see some smaller companies grab up some acreage, maybe in hopes to flip the leases in the future, or maybe partner with a larger oil company that can actually afford to develop. I don't see a lot of private equity money flowing into Alaska. Someone's going to have cash. I really don't think anyone's going to loan them the money. It's too big of a risk. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. That is my report on ANWR today, and I will keep you guys posted and let you know as soon as the lease sales are announced. Thanks.